Before the Infinite Gingerbread party began traveling together, Alexa and Rok studied at Grandma's Academy of Mages and Magic. For today's private session, Rok and Alexa are back at the Academy in the middle of their training while exploring the various secrets the Academy has to offer. Without further ado, let's get started with this private session.
So you're at Grandma's Academy of Magic.
Yeah, this one is going to be set back in time when Alexa and I were studying at Grandma's Academy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because when we originally started, it was going to be all new characters, and then some of the people that became Patreons decided that they actually would prefer to continue using their characters from the old game. So then we had to quickly level up Rok and Alexa to match the characters that were getting magically teleported from one world to the other.
And then I had to completely change who I was because, why not?
Yeah, you decided, you know what, while we're doing wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff, let's change the barbarian to a monk.
Makes perfect sense, right? I calmed the rage inside.
Yes. Yeah, you went back in time and told yourself to, just chill and meditate, man.
Count to 5. You got this.
Yep. Learn to slap.
Channel your anger through your fists. Indeed. That's the lesson of this one.
To be fair, there probably is. I have heard people suggest that the barbarian's rage is a form of just raw magical energy that they channel into making themselves stronger. So from a certain perspective, it's a primal version of ki. So the monks are just aware of what it is and they channel it in specific directions and learn from previous masters on how to do it in specific ways, whilst barbarians just go with their gut. Which would make barbarians the equivalent of sorcerers, whilst monks are the equivalent of wizards. But for physical attacks,
Nice. And then Alexa is going to be a bard, right?
Yep.
Alexa was always a bard, so
yeah,
just a couple of levels higher.
Theoretically, if you wanted to just completely turn it around, you could have it where you briefly explored a different class and then went back to becoming a bard. But didn't think of that until right now, though, so it'd be very difficult to...
Yeah, I never thought of that last night when I was doing this.
Yeah. So, what do you want to be studying at the moment?
So at level 10, Alexa got magical secrets.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she would definitely be practicing the wind wall.
Practicing the wind wall?
That just sounds really fun. That's why I chose it.
Very cool.
So what does the wind wall do?
So it says, a wall of strong wind rises from the ground at a point you choose within range. You can make the wall up to 50 feet long, 15 feet high, and 1 foot thick. You can shape the wall in any way you choose, so long as it makes one continuous path along the ground.
I totally have a fun idea.
Go on.
All right. So we're in the courtyard.
Yes.
And Rok is going to be standing on a board in the middle of the courtyard. And I want Alexa to practice wind wall and lift me.
You're going to wind wall surf.
I'm going to wind wall surf. I think that is the...
That is epic. So, obviously, that will require an acrobatics check to stay balanced on your board as you wind wall surf.
Sweet. I have good athletic... Ah! No. Natural 1.
Not 1. Oh dear. So you come tumbling off your board.
It was first try. First try.
Absolutely.
No one saw that.
I dust myself off and, no one saw that. We're all good.
What is it? You do hear a clapping.
Fuck. Someone did see it.
Someone did see it. That was pretty good right up until you fell off.
Usually is.
Have you heard about the new magical defense professor?
I hadn't. That seems interesting, though.
Yeah.
They specialize in,
I hear it's more that it's really weird for a magical academy. We're all about magic, but apparently they want us to learn ways that we can still defend ourselves if we don't have access to our magic. I was going to go check it out because how would they even set that up?
As someone that literally just learned magic, I know there are ways, but I am kind of curious myself. And who are we talking to?
I think it would be fun if this was... Yeah, you actually find yourself talking to Jim Astor. Jim is the one who's giving you the advice. Yeah, so Jim comes swaggering over.
Oh, my best friend Jim, but I have no idea what he becomes in the future. Because we haven't learned that yet.
Yeah.
We're back in time.
It is odd to see him without his two friends, but this is a version of Jim that's about the same age as you are.
Oh, okay.
You've both seen the young Jim running around with Hans and Greta and making a nuisance of themselves. This version of Jim's a bit more mature and a bit more interested in the study of magic rather than just playing pranks.
What do you think, Alexa?
Well, I have no idea how to defend myself without magic, so might be a good call.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, I'm down. I'm always down for something like this.
Excellent.
Maybe I can teach them a thing or two myself.
So, yeah, Jim takes you and has you follow him down to corridor through several different designs of corridor, which is something you've gotten used to by now. But this particular corridor that you're in looks old and damp. There's actually like mosses and slimes growing on the walls. And through an old door that's actually got black rot in places. And you find yourself in a chamber with nothing in it except for a beholder.
Shit.
Welcome, children. I assume you're here to study.
Hopefully, and this isn't just an elaborate trap.
Who knows? We are clever ones as beholders.
Modest?
Oh, no, not at all. What's to be modest about when you're as amazing as we are? And, of course, there is no finer beholder in all the worlds than I.
I'm gonna, nudge Alexa and be like, kind of sounds like you talking about being a bard.
Yeah, but when I say that, it's true.
So what you got for us, Professor Quaffle? Says Jim.
So the beholder is the professor?
Yes.
Huh, they really will hire anyone here.
Well, Keenan has a job, so...
True. I think I've actually gotten worse on my bagpipes since I've started taking lessons with him.
Now tell me, children, how much do you already know about beholders?
From everything I know, don't mess with you guys. Try to avoid beholders if you can.
That is very wise. But if you do happen to come across one of us, what should be your first instinct?
Run? No.
We would simply destroy you in the back.
It sounds like something Rykor would say. Sorry.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Well, personally, I wouldn't run. I'd just charge and see if I could take you on. But from what I've heard, most people wouldn't do that.
Probably because we would disintegrate you before you got close.
You can try.
Is that a challenge, young one?
I don't know. You were going to tell us about beholders, so I'm going to learn that first.
Jim says, I would grovel. Good. Humble yourself before the mighty beholder. It'll buy you.
Yeah, I would just die first.
You probably would with that attitude. You see, beholders tend to be a little arrogant.
Obviously.
You hide it well.
No, I don't, but thank you. Now, but flattery is actually the secret. As long as you can keep us talking, we are vulnerable.
Really? That's interesting.
Now, of course, we still keep an eye on you at all times. We are as paranoid as we are confident. We know that because we are so powerful, we are targeted. We are always going to be the victims of those who find it easier to tear down the mighty than to become stronger themselves. However, grovel before the beholder. Show your subservience. Obey him. Do anything he asks. And when his confidence is at its zenith and he relaxes his paranoia, that is the moment to strike.
Could I do an insight check to see where his paranoia level is?
Mm-hmm. Well, even though several eyes are on you, there are several more continuing to roam around the inside of the chamber. Like, he's always watching every corner of the room.
Gotcha.
So pretty high. It wouldn't really take much insight to do that, but let's see if Rok has...
No, I'm not. I only got a 9.
So you think he's just waving the eyes around for effect?
Show off. So what do you have to teach us then, Professor Beholder?
a great many things. For example, I require some life glass for my studies. I need someone to fetch it for me.
What is life glass?
Life glass is a very, very dangerous component used for making magic items.
Interesting.
You will learn how not to die while handling it. You will also learn to be subservient and useful. A beholder has to believe that you really intend to do anything and everything that he asks before he will drop his guard.
It's gonna be hard.
Jim said, that's what she says.
I don't need to know about what you and Grandma do.
Oh,
Uh,
that's uncalled for. I would never. No, she's.
I guess you know her as Greta.
I know who you mean. She's really into her studies. She wouldn't look twice at me. I'm an idiot compared to her.
I've seen your test scores, I know.
All right. As soon as we've got no magic stopping us, how about you test those words, eh?
All right.
You should absolutely do that.
I mean, this class was about learning to defend yourself without magic, so.
Oh, it makes a good point. Why don't you test your strength against one another without having to rely on powers? This will be an interesting exercise. I think I need to practice a bit more before I jump right into that, actually, says Jim.
Quick question about beholders, actually. Do magic items work in front of them?
No. As
Well.
long as their main eye is open, magic just doesn't work. So magic items become mundane and spellcasters are practically powerless unless they've got some kind of backup.
So internally, Rok is realizing that and is having trouble lifting his maul anymore. So he is going to start backing off a little bit about challenging Jim, but still be cocky.
Go for it.
Because, I just realized my strength went from 25 to 8. So.
So what do you actually say to Jim, as Jim is also obviously clearly trying to back down?
Well, I guess I'll let you out of this one, but maybe we can practice some other time.
All right. Yeah. Let's go get some life glass and bring it back to Quaffle. That's Professor Quaffle to you, boy. Go on, get on with it. And Jim starts heading out of the room. Do you have to drag your maul behind you?
Yeah. I just thought of that. Yeah, that's gonna suck.
One thing you notice if you are dragging it,
Mm-hmm.
every time Quaffle blinks, it becomes easier to lift again. And then as soon as his eye opens again,
I'm gonna file that away in my brain.
So if you do plan to literally maul the beholder at some point, you're gonna have to do so when his back's turned.
Yeah, or switch to my original Kensei weapon, which was a short sword with a lighter. So where are we going, Alexa?
Are we going to get the life glass?
Yeah. So should we see if there's somebody in the school that has some, or should we, I don't know, go talk to some dwarves about getting some? What do you reckon?
Maybe we should ask Grandma where to get some life glass.
I bet she's busy.
Probably, but she does like seeing us.
Yeah.
Where would life glass be common?
Well, see, that's the thing. That from what I know of life glass, it grows naturally where there is a lot of magic about, and it actually kind of draws the magic in and crystallizes as a result. So yeah, wherever you would find a lot of
So literally where we're standing, as I kind of look around at the magic school.
Yeah, the problem is we're all over the place. Like, if we stepped out of this corridor if we weren't thinking of the academy as we went through the next doorway, we would end up wherever this corridor is in the real world, and it could be anywhere.
So since the academy is spread out through the world, there's no main focus for the life glass to grow. Is that kind of right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
It's spread too thin throughout the universe.
I have heard, though, that there was some of it in the Great Crown Mountains, that something about that area just draws magic to it, and as a result, there's a lot of life glass in those mountains.
I guess we should go there.
Yeah, you want to head to the city of Gate then?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go to the City of Gate.
Well, the only way, I suppose we could just walk up to any of the mountains and start tunneling in, but City of Gate might seem a good place to start.
Usually is.
And finish.
It's where like all of our NPCs are, so, you know.
Now, if we go, we'll have to make sure to avoid ourselves whenever we've been there before, because that'll just be weird. I mean, it's not so bad in the academy, but out in the real world, it can cause problems.
The only thing that might be a factor is Alexa's fame. She'd probably get recognized.
Unless we go there before she's famous.
This is true.
Before I was famous, we're going back a long time.
Do you want to see the founding of the City of Gate? Awesome. Let's do that.
I don't know, Alexa's fame does spread pretty far, so might go all the way back towards that.
We'll see. I mean, it's a safer bet than heading into the future, though, right?
True. Got a feeling a lot of stuff is going to happen in the future at the City of Gate. Spoilers.
Indeed. Okay. Do you want to take the long way or the quick way?
What do you think? Can't you just open one of your magic doors and get us there?
Well, yeah, that's what I was asking. So, let me think. Where have I been before? Yeah. And he opens the next door into the what would have been the next corridor, but instead you find yourself coming out of a rough shack into basically what looks like a shanty town with a line of people of all kinds of races, mostly in rough clothing with very few possessions, lined up right through the middle of the shanty town. And you can see this great big fortified gate that they're lining up at.
Interesting.
So besides the line of people and mud everywhere, you see ramshackle shacks, tents, people living out of their carts.
Jim, what year is this?
As far as the City of Gate goes, this is year 1. They haven't even called it the City of Gate yet. It's just Havana's doorstep.
And how far back in time is that from where we were?
Probably about 50 years, if not more.
It's always difficult to tell with the academy.
Yeah, in time's all over the place, mate.
Interesting.
I wasn't even born then.
Exactly. Figured no one have heard of it, any of us here.
Probably a good call.
Suddenly hear somebody say, "As I live and breathe, is that Jim Astor?"
Well, fuck.
That went well.
It lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah. This twat. Colin, what are you up to? Thought you'd have gone through the gate by now. Nah, nobody wants me. I'm useless. Yeah, tell me about it. So, while the two of them are talking and catching up, is there anything in particular you'd like to do?
Who is he talking to?
You overheard the name Colin. It's not a name you've heard before.
I just didn't know if he's like shady or anything.
He does look half goblin.
I just made a connection in my head. Sorry. Is this the person that Coral was talking to the first time?
Nope.
Oh, they were half goblin too.
Yes.
Or used to be.
Could be the same clan, but yes.
Anywho.
Yes.
What's the plan, Alexa? What are we doing while they're talking?
I mean, do we have to wait for him, or can
We don't really know where we're going.
we normally find where we're going on the way?
Yep. Just head in a direction and see what happens.
That's usually our course of action.
He is curious about why we were brought back to a time where he's known when he wanted to avoid that.
He made a foobar. He had to take you to a place he had to have actually been here before in order to take you here. In order to go through that particular door, he had to have seen it before. So
basically, anytime he travels, there is the risk that he'd meet somebody that he knew because he's been there before.
From the previous time he's been there, yes.
Okay, that would have been a good thing to mention, Jim. Fucking Jim. I think Rok would mostly just be confused about time travel, still.
Jim comes back over and says, Con reckons he knows somebody who's got some.
Oh, nice. That'll make it easy.
Yeah.
But the DM won't.
I have no idea what you mean.
I don't either. I say things sometimes.
There's some caves up in the mountains. This guy's been mining into. They started at the caves and mined outwards and found some life glass and has been trying to sell it to the people lined up here for whatever reason. So I reckon that'd be a good place to start. Talk to that miner. I think he's a gnome.
Gnome miner.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
But how will we tell he's a miner? They're all really short, so they all look like children.
I mean, stupid head, that he uses a mining pick to get Rok and Gems out of the ground.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. Part of the problem, though, is that it's way up there. And he points to the mountainside that stands either side of the shantytown, because you're literally standing where the biggest mountain in the mountain range was scooped out. So there's still the rest of the ring. So he points up the almost sheer cliff face to a small opening in the stone.
Interesting.
Any ideas on how we get up there?
How high is it?
It numbers 100 feet up.
Dang. I had another stupid idea.
What was your stupid idea?
Well, the wall of wind can go at 50 feet. So I was going to try surfing again.
Damn it, that would have been good.
I can use my mandolin to fly up there.
That's a really good idea. Do either of you have rope?
I do.
Awesome.
Think I do?
Yeah, you can actually, the mandolin allows you to cast fly, and you can actually cast fly on anyone, not just yourself. So you could, if you wanted to, make either Jim or Rok fly up with the rope, python, and hammer to put a rope in there, and then the rest of you can climb up.
How can you tell how far you can jump?
You want to try and jump 100 feet?
No, I'm planning out something stupid, so I wanted to see how it worked. You can leap into the air the number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier, so I can jump 10 feet. Damn it, it still doesn't work.
What do you want to do?
What do you think would be best?
It might be better if I cast fly onto Rok, because if it's going to need a strength check when you get up there to attach all the ropes, Alexa has no strength.
And Jim's not great at that either.
Alrighty, flying rock. I've never experienced anything like that before.
Not as Rok, no. So you touch a willing creature, the creature gains a fly speed of 60 feet, and it lasts for up to 10 minutes, so you can easily get up there in 2 rounds, 12 seconds.
Alright, so I'm flying around now?
Do you want to fly around, or do you want to head straight for the hole?
Head straight for the hole. So wrong. Yeah, so I'm going to go up there and try to make a climbing thing. So
Cool.
anything I got to do for that?
Strength check. So athletics, D20 plus 11.
Modified 20.
Very nice. So yeah, you easily get the pythons into the rock, tie them off, and
Feeling kind of strong. Could I literally just like pull them up if they just held on?
you could try.
Because I know Alexa's not very strong, and Jim looks sickly usually, so.
Yeah.
So could I just like hand over fist pull them up? See if it works.
Yep, do another strength check.
24.
Very nice. Yep.
So I start like trying to hammer it in, and then I'm like, this is stupid. And I just turn around and start pulling up the rope.
Nice. So yeah. Even with that, they don't have a climb speed. You don't, well, do...
Because I'm just picturing them holding on to it and then like sliding up.
or walking up to help.
Yeah.
But they would still have to hold on. So, Alexa, if you could do an acrobatics check to see if you're able to...
22?
Nice. You make it to the top with no problem. Let's see how Jim does.
I have a bad feeling about Jim.
Just in general?
He's always messing things up.
No, he makes it.
You surprised me at last.
Wow, look at the view from up here. You can see right over to Havana. And sure enough, you can see over the top of the fortified gate.
I'm going to fly up a little bit and like get a better view. What does Havana look like?
Havana looks gorgeous. It's like ideal, like perfect fantasy land. You don't see any death, you don't see any ruins, just perfect little houses, beautifully manicured meadows, and all the hedgerows are perfect. And there's this vast domed structure right in the middle.
Interesting. Someday we'll get there. Anywho, there's a cave.
Yeah. So back to the cave. So Jim casts dancing lights to help you see where you're going.
Humans.
Would you like to do an insight check, either one of you, while you're looking around the inside of the tunnel?
I got a 13.
Got an 8.
The walls of this cave, like, you would expect the inside of a mine shaft to, have like support beams and stuff, but it doesn't. The floor isn't particularly level. The walls aren't particularly smooth. In fact, it looks almost like the tunnel's almost round all the way down.
This tunnel seems strange.
Yeah, gnomes. You probably had some mechanical device to blur it out or something.
Can I just be alert, like, I don't paying more attention, I guess, if that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
If I notice anything?
Do you want to do it?
I don't know, I'm just getting a strange feeling about this. Do you feel the same, Alexa?
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Investigation.
Got a 19 on investigation.
Very cool. Yeah, this looks a bit like a worm tunnel, as in a purple worm. It's just not as big as you've heard of.
Feel like a worm came down here.
Really? Says Jim. Well, I suppose that would explain why it's cylindrical like this.
Worm came down here. Where is it now?
Well, I think if we keep following the tunnel, we'll probably come across it. Speaking of which, and then can I, since the dancing light's already going on, can I light my maul?
Yes.
Because I figured I'm going to walk a little bit ahead of everyone and kind of use it as a light source for them too.
Mm-hmm.
And, just be ready in case anyone attacks. But are you sure this is the place we have to go for life class?
Absolutely.
If you mess this up again, Jim, I'm going to be mad.
No, I know that this is where we need to go for life class.
Alrighty.
Did you want to insight check that, or?
I don't know. Yeah, sure. I'm trying to figure out if Rok would. I got 24 on insight.
Yeah, you know he's absolutely. The tone of his voice sounds like he's speaking the truth. However, his earlier surprise when you said that it looks like a worm's been down here, that doesn't sound genuine.
Are you sure you've given us all the information?
What information?
About what person we're supposed to be meeting.
Meetings. Oh, yeah. So what I told you is correct. We're coming down here to find a miner, or more accurately, a tunneler that's got plenty of life glass. That's all absolutely correct. Only...
It's not a gnome, is it?
No.
Alrighty. Is it a hostile worm?
Only, well, this is the thing about purple worms. They don't really go on the attack. You just need to make sure you're not in front of its mouth when it comes through.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So everyone stay behind me, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling, Alexa?
She's kind of moved more towards the side of the tunnel. If the worm's coming through there, if we're in the center, we're walking right in towards its face.
Or the other end, which I don't think either.
Yeah, neither sound appealing.
Yeah, neither sound appealing.
She's kind of sidestepping her way down the edge of the tunnel.
Sneak engaged.
As you go down the tunnel, you start to see chunks of ore and gems and even nuggets of precious metals just scattered all over the floor.
Interesting. I'm going to cast a mage hand.
Okay.
And have the mage hand start picking it up as we keep going.
Just mage hands just picking up gems.
Picking up gems and putting it in my little, bag. I figured these gems might be useful somehow.
Walking down a tunnel that crosses another larger tunnel. And this one has a much bigger trail of gems and precious metals in it.
Interesting.
Now, which way do you think we should go? Asked Jim.
What do you think, Alexa?
Well, I'm leaning towards the bigger tunnel.
Well, yeah. What I mean is, which way do we need to go to catch up with the worm? Do we go left or right?
Would this creature kind of give off... Is it a magic creature, or...
Nope.
Balls. I was wondering if detect magic would work.
No.
Because I didn't know if maybe the life glass would put off a big thing or something like that. But
the life glass would be detected with yes.
Because my thought would be, if I cast that, we could find the life glass, and the guy's going to be with the life glass. But I could just be overthinking it.
So you're going to cast detect magic?
I don't know. It's an option. What do you think, Alexa?
Sounds like a good idea.
Do you think he would be with the life glass?
Well, if it's as precious as people say it is, then I imagine he'd be getting close by to it.
Alrighty. I got 3 spell slots. Why not? I'm going to cast Detect Magic, so I get to sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me for the next 10 minutes.
There are a few small, almost as if they're black holes of magic dotted along the length of the tunnel in both directions.
Getting a weird vibe. The spell is making me, I don't think... There's something else here, I think. I don't know how to describe it. I think we should all be kind of cautious.
What have you found? Asked Jim.
I'm trying to think of the good way to describe it. It's almost like there's nothing, a void almost, in some parts of the tunnel.
That might be what we're looking for. Where's the nearest bit?
I think it's a little bit this way, and I kind of point because I don't know which way.
Yeah, it's in both directions. It's fine.
I don't know which is closer.
Yes. So he looks down with the dancing lights moving around and occasionally showing him what he's looking at. You see by the light of his spell these, and it lines up perfectly with your detect magic, of course. These little purple shards of crystal, just teeny ones. That looks like life glass to me, says Jim.
So odd. And I'm gonna put my maul kind of closer to it and kind of illuminate it more with the flames.
The flames, the magical flames, get kind of sucked into the purple gem.
What the hell?
And it grows slightly. Yeah, I would say that's the stuff.
So it steals magic, and that's how it's made. That's very interesting.
So how are we planning on moving?
Do you want to use your mage hand?
Yeah, I can.
Or do you have a set of tongs or something? Or I don't want to touch that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a good idea either. Did the beholder say how much we needed?
Not really.
Do we got anything to put it in?
You said you had a bag.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to put it with all of my other gems. What if something happens to those?
It doesn't appear to be affecting any of the other mundane gems around it.
Okay. Yeah.
Would the mage hand work? Wouldn't the mage hand just suck into the life glass?
That is an interesting theory. Let's test it. And I snap my fingers and summon Mage Hand over to me because he's busy picking up stuff. And I'm going to send him towards the life glass, see what happens.
Mm-hmm. The mage hand goes and picks up the life glass and then kind of like flickers and seems to be struggling to fight against the gravity of the glass and then gets sucked in.
Shit.
And the shard glass drops back down to the ground again. Don't suppose anyone's got any tongs or something, or a couple of sticks. Hey, what about your hand axes? We could like use them as.
Yeah, that could work. And I pull out 2 of them, put my maul down so it's still lighting up at everything, and then I'm gonna try to very carefully squeeze between the blades, deposit in a bag.
Okay, that's going to require some dexterity.
Okay, what do I have to roll for this one?
So just do acrobatics. That's your best dex skill.
Yeah.
Although sleight of hand would be more accurate, maybe. Nah, you're not trying to like do it sneakily. So yeah, acrobatics.
23.
Okay, yeah. So you managed to pinch the piece of life glass between the 2 blades and drop it into the bag.
Got 1.
All right, let's get another one. Yeah.
I got a 14 on that one, so I kind of struggle a little bit, I think.
Yeah. It slides around the blades a little bit but you manage to get it into the bag.
Shit, and then drop it.
Yeah.
This is gonna take forever.
Yeah, it might.
So I've got another stupid idea.
Go on.
Thinking about how long this is gonna take, I am gonna cast Unseen Servant. And I'm going to have him hold the bag, go underneath where the life glass is and kind of hold it like right underneath the cliff face, and then start scraping off the rocks into the bag with the blade of my axe.
You're just going to like scoop as many gems and precious stones as you can into the...
Yeah, because whatever's on the wall, I'm aiming for the life glass, but if other stuff gets in there, he didn't say that wasn't welcome as well.
Most of the stuff is in the lowest part of the tunnel, because it's... Do a nature check to see how much you remember about purple worms.
9, so probably not much.
No. You think you're not sure that the purple worm poops these gems out as it goes along, but
gold's gold.
You can still kind of do a dustpan and brush type thing with Unseen Servant holding the bag open as you shovel gems and ore into the bag with your axe.
Yeah, I'm basically trying to get as much of the stuff as
life glass
as I can.
You're trying specifically to get the life glass in there.
Yeah, but if other things fall in, that's okay.
That's cool.
I figured the beholder would just think it's oh, you got me a life glass and some gold. You must be a real loyal person. I'm showing favor.
Indeed. Do a perception check for me, both of you.
I got an 8.
Alexa feels a rumble.
Alexa looks over to Rok and says, "Did you feel that?"
Feel what? Sorry, I'm a little busy right here. I'm scraping rocks.
What about you, Jim? Did you feel that?
I didn't, but do you think the worm's coming back?
Yeah, I definitely felt something shake.
We'd better get out of here then, hadn't we?
Probably a good call.
Should we go the quick way again?
Quickly might be desirable right now.
Alright, come here. He gets close to the two of you and teleports you back to Grandma's house.
So we're in the dark woods?
Yep, you're in her little house in the dark woods, and she's there by the fire as always, saying, "Oh, hello, dears."
Hey, Grandma.
Grandma, have any gingerbread today?
"Oh, yeah, just fresh out of the oven. Would you like some?"
Absolutely.
There you go, dear.
Hell yeah.
So Alexa just takes the gingerbread and goes to sit in front of the fireplace.
Where is Rok's sack right now?
Before we go in transport, I'm going to have this unseen servant come back to me and grab the bag. I don't want to just leave it. And then I drop it on the ground because I'm distracted by gingerbread when we land.
This is a good idea because you're weak as hell while that life glass is anywhere near your belt.
Oh, shit, yeah. Glad we didn't get too much life glass. I don't know if I could lift this. And then I realize what I said and stop and just kind of look at Jim to see if he heard it.
Jim's just happily chomping on gingerbread.
Cool. Because that is my, greatest secret is that if I lose my belt, I am weak as hell.
He's smiling kind of shyly at Grandma as he nibbles on the gingerbread.
I'm going to reach over and grab a piece from the plate Alexa stole because she took it all. And then nudge her again and say, "See, I told you." And then point to motion to the googly eyes that Jim is giving Grandma.
Alexa just looks on with disgust.
Yeah, I don't think that version of them should get together.
Are you three having fun?
Always.
Glad you're still enjoying your studies, dear.
Yeah, I just learned some new spells and stuff, so that's kind of fun. Then Alexa had this really cool one, but it didn't work out very well.
Oh, do you need more practice, dear?
Well, I cast a spell well. My friend had some trouble.
Yeah, I guess I should say it didn't work out so well for me.
Oh, really? What happened?
I face planted it while I was 20 feet in the air.
Oh, dear. Well, I'm glad you took it well.
Yeah, gotta roll with the punches.
Rock and roll with the punches.
Rock and roll with the punches.
That should be a t-shirt.
Like, yes. Jim sheepishly says, "Well, I suppose we better be going. We wouldn't want to be, late for class or anything."
Nerd.
Is it possible to be late for class here?
Not really, no. But that's the excuse he's going with. As he opens the door back to Waffles.
But before we go, Grandma.
Yes, dear?
I gotta know, how do you make this gingerbread?
Oh, it's an old family recipe, dear.
Is it something you would share?
I might.
Could I have it?
Could you have the recipe?
Yeah. I'm not gonna be here forever, and I don't want to forget this gingerbread.
But you can come back any time, dear.
This is true.
But if you really want to, go grab that big blue spell book off of my shelf.
And I'm gonna go over and grab the book.
And you see she flips it open to the Create Gingerbread spell. Which you can copy into your book as a wizard if you wish. And
Hell to the yeah.
it's basically a modified create food and water spell, except it only creates moist, delicious, sticky gingerbread.
It's great. Yeah, so I'm going to definitely spend the time and the gold to copy down this recipe.
Excellent.
That was much easier than I thought it would be. With old family recipes, I figured you'd have it under lock and key or something.
This could be a double bluff.
It's not the real recipe. It creates mediocre gingerbread.
I'm going to spend the time in gold learning the knockoff version.
It's the store brand version.
Maybe you have to put a lot of love into the spell to get it to taste the way Grandma's does.
That's gonna be the hard part.
So how long does it take a wizard to learn a spell?
I am not actually sure, to be honest.
I've never made a wizard before.
I haven't either. I usually don't like magic users, so.
So, like I said, on the adjacent page is the actual physical recipe for making the gingerbread. But you can see that the spell conjures the necessary ingredients, combines them, bakes them, and produces enough gingerbread to make 50 pounds of it, if necessary.
Hell yeah. How long does it take to actually add a spell to your spellbook?
Let's have a look.
Because that's something I didn't know and wasn't sure about.
When you find a wizard spell of first level or higher, you can add it to your spell book. Copying that spell into your spell book involves reproducing the basic form of the spell, then deciphering the unique system of notation used by the wizard who wrote it, blah, 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 blah. For each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
The cost represents material components you expend as you experiment with the spell to master it.
Sweet.
So Grandma seems to be happy to spend that time with you, helping you practice and showing you how it's done, letting you use her oven basically to experiment. And she ends up actually teaching you how to make the real thing as well from scratch, because you need to actually hold that process in your head as you're making the spell. You have to summon the same energy.
You have to fully understand all components of making it to actually make it.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I have a question. If Grandma and Rok both casted that spell to make gingerbread, would they be the exact same, or would Grandma's still be better?
Grandma's is still better.
Yeah.
So it's a 3rd level spell. To master the spell, it would take you 6 hours of practice and cost 150 gold pieces.
Okay, cool.
It's a conjuration spell. What school do you study?
War magic.
Okay, so you don't get to... At 2nd level, you become a savant of that time that it to learn a new spell. Time and gold.
Gotcha. So, I promise you, Grandma, I will never tell anyone that I know Alexa is the only one that knows I know the gingerbread spell. I copied it down, and I'm going to study it and then come and practice it later.
So after you're copying it down and Jim looking at you impatiently, do you follow him back to Quaffle?
Yes. As we're walking to Quaffle, I'm going to say to Jim, I'm surprised you were trying to rush me. I mean, you were spending time with Grandma, and then wink at him.
Yeah, the longer I'm with, I like spending time with her, but I feel sort of inadequate. You know, we grew up together, Grandma, and I'm just...
Jim asked her. Sorry, Auntie, I'm having kind of a hard time hearing you.
Jim said that he likes spending time with her, but he feels inadequate compared to her because they grew up together. He's known her all his life, and yet she's Grandma, and he's still just Jim Astor.
Yeah, maybe someday you'll make something out of yourself.
Maybe. Just hoping. So, yeah, and then you open the rotting door to Professor Quaffle's.
On our way down there,
Mhm.
because I know there's magic shit everywhere. Is there any place I could grab a short sword on the way down?
No, because you pretty much just open the door directly to his corridor.
Oh, you open one door and gotcha.
Yeah.
One door leads right outside.
I have a long sword or a dagger if you want to borrow one of those.
I think I'll be alright.
You've got all your hand axes too, multiple hand axes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because if I'm gonna attack this guy and I lose my strength, I can't use my maul.
Why would you fight your professor? I mean, that's...
I don't know, isn't that the point of the exercise?
supposed to kill him.
I want to get at least one hit.
Okay.
That's what Rok thinks about, okay?
Yep, that makes sense. What have you brought me?
We found some life glass, and because I'm so loyal to you, I included some other things that I found, precious metals and jewels.
Very clever. Find a purple worm, did you?
Yes.
Ha ha ha. Glad you made it back in one piece. I assume the worm did not find you.
Yeah, we were pretty good at it. We avoided him.
Excellent.
I could have taken him, though.
I believe you.
Now, I need you to go get me some more.
Back and forth, back and forth.
What do you need a blade glass for?
I don't. I just want you to see if you will do menial tasks willingly.
I'm out.
Ha 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 ha. Then you fail my class.
I can deal with that.
Now, how about Rok?
So while they're talking, is his eye kind of pointed more towards Alexa? Like the big eye?
Well, basically, as long as... So the anti-magic cone is a 150-foot cone. Basically, if you can see the eye, you can't use magic.
Okay.
Unless you happen to be standing out of that 150-foot wide field of vision. Kind of tricky.
I know, I'm trying to figure out a way to to do anything. I want to do some damage to him.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand. I just thought, I took my belt off on D&D Beyond to see what my modifiers would be without it.
What did you find?
It's not as good.
No. But your darts don't use your strength bonus, do they?
Oh, they do.
They're finesse.
Well, Kensei is weird.
Okay.
Basically, it will pick whatever the highest modifier is between your strength or your dexterity.
Right, but if your belt isn't working,
Yeah.
the highest stat becomes your dex, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So normally it uses my strength, but now it uses my dex, which is 6. So
Yeah, so
you know what? While he is talking to Alexa and threatening to fail her, I'm gonna attempt to throw a dart at him, but unfortunately miss. Because I was gonna say something cool, but it didn't work.
Nice try, little one, but it'll take more than just one mission for allow me to drop my guard.
Well, you know, I had to try.
You did. Now,
How often do they blink?
not very often.
Okay. I was just thinking, can I wait for him to blink and then time cast a spell at that point?
So you want to hold an action until he blinks?
Yeah, I was just going to cast Hideous Laughter. I thought it'd be funny.
What's the casting time on Hideous Laughter?
I think is it instant? Let me just check. It says 1 action.
6 seconds. Oof, longer than a blink, sadly.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We'll figure this out someday.
You may take the life glass with you and use it for your own experimentation.
Huh. So you made us go do an errand and then letting us keep the stuff.
I don't need it. I am powerful enough without it.
So literally just wasting our time. I see.
And if you are willing to do that with an actual beholder, repeatedly, until you are exhausted, and still keep going, then he might have faith in you.
Has he blinked yet?
Once or twice.
Okay.
Why?
I was seeing if I had any spells that would work, but no.
No.
Alright.
If he was actually attacking you, he would close his eyes for longer, because of course he can't even use his own rays if in that anti-magic field. So, yeah.
Beholders are so weird.
Beholders are very weird. Well, what do we do now? Says Jim.
Well, not take any more ideas from you because it's a waste of time.
I didn't know he would send us on a wild goose chase, did I?
Come on, Jim, do better.
Okay, do you want to help me with one of my projects?
What are you working on?
Well, can you keep a secret?
Depends.
Well, okay, I'm listening. What does it depend on?
What's the secret?
So, you'll only keep it secret if it's a particular kind of secret, or...?
If it's a boring secret, I'm probably going to forget it anyway.
Oh, this isn't boring. This is the secret to immortality.
Why would you want to be immortal?
Figured if it would give me the time I needed to be as awesome as Granma, but, you know.
I don't think that's going to happen. With all of time ahead of you, I don't think you could be as good as Grandma.
That's not cool, man. Fine, go do your own thing. I'll find someone else to help me catch the vampire.
Vampire?
No, you said that you weren't interested in what I was doing, so you don't get to do it anymore.
Oh, you maybe should have led with vampire.
I have never fought a vampire before, so I want to check it off my list. So keep speaking, Jim. Now we're interested.
Okay.
You gotta lead with the exciting things, man.
All right. Well, do you remember how the City of Gate got its start, right?
There was a demon, right, that came up through the ground? Hello.
So the City of Gate, before it became that shantytown that we were in, that exact spot was just a big mountain, right? By the way, you're walking through random corridors in the academy as you talk. Yeah, there was a really powerful vampire who picked up the mountain and turned it into a prison for the dragons.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Is that song that Keenan sings all the time?
Oh yeah, the Ballad of Bashmir the Bard, stupid thing. Do you know how that flippin' song ends?
No, I never really listened to when he performs because after like the first verse, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, fair enough.
I didn't know the song ended.
Yeah, the last stanza talks about Bashmir getting killed and the only one to survive it and to pass on the tale was his horse. I mean, horses don't talk. How the heck can a horse tell you the story of it? And it's freaking stupid. But anyway, the vampire went on to continue to plague the City of Gate for quite some time afterwards, and even made some other vampires.
Seems pretty far-fetched.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go under the City of Gate after there was a great disaster that mostly destroyed it and bag ourselves a vampire, one of his offspring, and see what we can learn from it. See if we can figure out how vampires become what they are. How vampires are immortal, basically. Sound fun?
See, now you're talking, Jim. This is a good idea. At least exciting. I don't know if it's a good idea, but
Excellent.
what do you think, Alexa?
Good idea isn't the word that I would use, but I definitely want to go.
Before we go, is it a long rest or a short rest where you're able to switch out your spells as a wizard?
Long rest. Well, yeah.
Because I know I can get spell slots back with a short rest.
Yes, you can, but to actually switch out your spell choices, you need to have a long rest.
Before we go all half-cocked out and fight a vampire, could we take a quick long rest? I mean, we can just basically walk through a door and be here tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's not going to take any real time to do that. Yeah, we can do that again in the morning.
Because if we're going to fight a vampire, I don't think my current spell list is going to do very well.
Good point. Yeah, let's get ourselves prepared and meet back here tomorrow.
And is there anything we should know about this vampire we're going to be facing?
Yeah. So he kind of went nuts. He's gone feral and he's been living the city, just feeding on fivers in the rubble, and yeah, he's a bit insane.
Fun.
I think he was a prisoner of the goblins before he became a vampire, but yeah, we'll find out. Like, I've tried this a few times, and yeah, I definitely need backup.
Do you know of like anything they're weak to, or?
Oh yeah, vampires have the standard weaknesses to daylight or running water.
Running water?
Yeah. If you can get them to stand in a stream, they just burn in the water. It's weird. So obviously, when we capture one and try to figure out what makes them immortal, we're gonna try and tweak that. So I would also rather not have the thirsting for blood thing and the being a complete peon to my master thing, you know?
That helps.
So yeah, if you've got a daylight spell, that might be good. But have you learned that one yet?
I don't believe so. How about you, Alexa?
I don't have a daylight spell. I'm just looking to see if I can switch it out with anything. It's third level.
I'll be honest. I was thinking this was going to be a heist. So like all the spells I prepared were like Mage Hand, Unseen Servant.
Nice.
I can switch out Wind Wall with the daylight spell.
Very
It means
cool.
I can't go. Well, it means that Rok can't go surfing.
Oh,
Aw. Fun.
I am ready.
I'm ready. You both have your long rests. Do a couple of hours of working on how to figure out the gingerbread spell.
It tastes like store brand gingerbread. I need to keep working.
Okay, so you've got your long rests and you've teamed back up with Jim Astor again, who for some reason looks a little older than he did last time. And
How long did he rest for?
I had other things to do, so I hope you don't mind that it's been a couple of years since I last saw you guys. So, but anyway, let's go get this vampire. I think I'm ready now.
All right, you better be.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't want to see you guys die again. That was no.
Again.
Oh shit. Sorry. Forget that. Let's go.
It's hard to forget. Alexa, what do you think of that ominous warning?
Let me just check something real quick. See if Alexa's actually made the connection in her head.
You gonna do an insight check?
Sure, I can do the insight check. Insight. Oh, insight isn't great, but let's try.
Oh heck yeah.
Natural 20.
Alexa's wondering how many times that she's walked to her death.
So far, yeah. You know, since it's been a couple of years, I've been doing this every day for those 2 years. So,
How did you survive?
yeah.
You son of a... Rok just made a connection. You just left us there, didn't you?
I had the only way that I could get back here and fix it, make sure it didn't happen again, was to survive. If we all died there, then that would be the end of it, and we'd all just be dead. So let's try it again one more time, shall we?
You dick. Yeah, why not? I don't care. I got a good feeling about this time.
Yeah, I hope so, says Jim. And this time you walk through a doorway and find yourself in the middle of the dark wood rather than in the city of Gate itself. Well,
Why the hell are we here?
well, this is a period of time when the city of Gate was temporarily destroyed. So there's no doors there for us to walk through. None that I've found yet, anyway. So we got to go the long way through the woods. Alexa, do you mind talking to the trees to get them to make a way for us?
Oh, sure, I can do that. So Alexa's going to use Speak with Plants.
And sure enough, they open up a path. You follow Jim through the woods. There's no... Yeah, the path is completely clear, even of the backskin pods. Even the buzzers are keeping their distance.
Jim, each time we do this, do we do the same thing?
Yeah, more or less. We try to do something different, come at it from a different angle, but we still end up getting somehow caught by surprise, and I don't know how. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I think I'm ready this time for whatever they throw at us.
I just feel like, I don't know, because if we keep doing the same thing and dying, you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. How do we keep getting surprised? Like, is he just sneaky, or...
Yeah, really sneaky. Like, I've been looking right at him even, and I don't take my eye off him, but I'm still hearing you. It's horrible. I can't. Let's just get it over with.
That's not the best thing to say when might be leading us to our death.
I'm thinking that this time, if one of you can hold his attention...
I turn to Alexa. You're good at that.
Yeah, let's put Bard in the way of danger. That's fine.
Maybe you'll be able to charm him.
Let's go charm the vampire.
So you come out of the woods and you ford the shallow river to get back on the road next to the farms. There are 3 little children running around and giggling in front of the farm building. You see Jim kind of looking at the 3 children wistfully as you walk along.
Do we recognize the children?
Do a insight check.
18.
Somehow, you're looking at a very young Jim, Hans, and Greta.
Player muse, right? So is this where you grew up?
Yeah, that's where we all grew up. Most of the time, anyway.
This is all of you guys before you even knew of the academy, right?
Yeah, but again, time is kind of weird.
True.
Because the academy goes back to before all of it. And yet there they are. There we are. I don't quite get my head around that one myself.
I'm still trying to figure it out as well.
You come to where the City of Gate was, and it's just rubble and sinkholes and dead bodies, and even the area in front of the city is a blood-soaked mud battlefield.
Jesus. Paylor.
Oh, Paylor. Yeah.
Oh, Paylor, this looks terrible.
So what we got to do, and we're doing this during the day so that the vampire has nowhere to escape to. Obviously, if we can chase him out of his tunnel and up into the daylight, then he's toast. But of course, we want him alive. So yeah, let's do this. He starts working his way through the rubble.
You ready for this, Alexa?
Ready isn't the word, but I'm sure we'll be fine. We've only died over 800 times, so...
You know, it's 801th chance. I hear good luck about that.
So, after a bit of scrambling and climbing, you find yourself... Well, there's a flippin' dragon skeleton here, but oddly enough, in his ribcage, there's a tunnel. There's an opening in the ground, leads into a subterranean corridor.
What the hell is this giant thing? Dragons don't exist.
No, they don't. But somehow there's a dragon skeleton here.
The fuck is this?
Yeah, it's a long story. Apparently one of them was in hiding, tried to attack, and Magister got the better of it. So, yeah, apparently he was fairly hungry for vampire blood. I watched it. He didn't just drain the blood, he stripped the flesh, he gnawed the bones. It was pretty freaky. So he heads down this tunnel and casts his dancing lights again. The corridor that you're going down looks oddly familiar.
Oddly familiar. I got 2 things. First, Jim, do you always cast dancing lights?
I can't exactly see without it.
Do you think that might be part of the reason he keeps surprising you? Is you're literally lighting up and giving our entire position away.
Oh yeah, good point. Could have mentioned that earlier.
801 times the charm.
Well, now that I'm going into it knowing that I die every time, I'm going to be a little smarter this time. That's one of the things you mentioned before, Jim.
No, I usually manage to keep that a secret from you.
See, and if I had known, I would have gone in smarter. But you have to give us all the information, man.
Good point. Okay.
So, Alexa, you can see in the dark, right?
Yeah, she has dark vision.
Okay.
I think she has dark vision for 30 feet.
Okay.
Yep.
Rok has 60 feet. So how about Jim?
Yeah.
Save the dancing lights until we actually come across the creature. For now, you've gone down this path, 800 times or more?
Yeah.
You probably can remember it, right?
Yeah.
So how about you just grab onto Alexa's shoulder, I'll lead out in front, and
That's a good idea.
then when the creature shows up, then cast dancing lights. And you can cast it on the thing so we can see him, right?
Good plan. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I can message you to if we need to speak to each other as we get close.
Good. Let's keep it quiet and be on alert, alright guys? I don't want to die today.
Today is not a good day to die.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna sneakily start heading down this tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want us to do stealth?
Yes. Stealth checks.
I got a 15.
I got a 12.
Excellent. So you start heading down the corridor, being as sneaky as you can. Oh, let's see what Jim's is as well.
He's gonna mess it up. It's always Jim. God damn it, Jim.
He rolled a 9. Okay, so off you head down the corridor. He actually casts invisibility on himself,
Fancy.
but he's still got his hand on Alexa's shoulder, and you go through several winding corridors, some of which do look oddly familiar to ones that you've seen in the academy, though these ones are far older and, more rubble strewn. And before long, you find a figure hunched over in the middle of the corridor, apparently in the middle of feeding on some hapless person.
They don't notice us yet?
They do not notice you yet.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of stop everyone. Because Jim can message me, but I can't message him back, right? Since I don't have it?
You can respond to the message that they sent.
Okay.
That's the vampire you hear in your heads.
I kind of shudder a little bit because that's creepy.
Mhm.
Where's this voice? Alright, so if you cast dancing lights on it while I kind of charge it, you can maybe take it by surprise.
Okay.
I can't talk to Alexa though, right?
No, not unless you have the message cantrip yourself.
Yeah.
But you can tell Jim in your response to pass a message on to Alexa if you want to say something.
Can you ask Alexa what she can do to help?
So Alexa hears in her voice, "What can you do to help?"
I can create a distraction.
Do you think that would be better than the dancing lights?
I could keep his attention on me. Fox wanting to do something.
Okay, let's do something.
I don't know what Alexa said.
Alexa says that she can distract him and keep his attention on her.
Good.
But if you're gonna charge at it from the same direction, how's that gonna work?
Looking around, is it literally just a tunnel, like straight shot between us and the creature, or is it like a cave more?
It's actually an ancient corridor, stone walls with doorways. Yeah, you haven't tried any of the doors, you've just been going down the corridor.
Alright, I got another stupid idea.
Go on.
Jim, why don't you back up with Alexa, go in through one of these doors, and then come out on the other side of him. You guys distract him, I'll charge from this angle.
Try the doors?
Well, isn't that how that works? You could, since you know the doors are on the other side, couldn't you go in through one of these?
Oh, I never. Well, see, that power is Grandma's power. It works in the academy because she's at the academy. It won't work here. The best we could do, if we can find an open room, would be to have one of us hide in one and then get the vampire to come past the room so that you can come out behind it, maybe?
How far away is the other side of the room if you wanted us to come in from behind?
It's a long series of corridors.
I was just wondering if my dimension door would work.
Oh, yeah.
500 feet.
Yeah, that would definitely get you the other side of the vampire. Do you want to try that? You're going to dimension door past the vampire and then call out to it?
Yeah, I can do that. And I was just trying to see if I can bring along someone with me or not.
Ah.
I can bring one willing creature, my size or smaller.
So Jim asks, do you want me to be with you, Alexa, so that you got some backup?
Oh yeah, you're definitely coming with us. You're not getting to run away this time.
Yeah.
And then Rok can attack it from the other side?
Exactly.
As soon as you guys make your noise, I'm going to charge and start hitting the vampire.
Okay, so
What are you going to do, Jim?
I'm gonna Well, if you attack it, then that will grab its attention, and then we'll be able to attack it from behind, and then we can all take it down, the three of us, right? Once it's surrounded.
I think that would probably be the best option. What do you think, Alexa? Or can you ask Alexa what she thinks?
Yeah, he's been acting as go-between this whole time, so
Yeah.
yeah. So what does Alexa think?
Yeah, Alexa tells Jim that she thinks that's probably the best course of action to take.
Excellent.
Player me knows this, but I don't know if Rock would. Dancing lights gives advantage, right, to any attack?
If you blind them with it, yeah, basically, yeah.
So, I was wondering if Jim could cast dancing lights on the creature, and then we could have advantage.
That's a good idea. So the plan is Alexa moves us both past him, and then we'll cast dancing lights on him to distract him and get his attention and blind him, and then we all surround it and take it out. Right?
That's what I've got so far.
Okay, let's do it.
I was also thinking when Alexa comes through the door, could she use enthrall? Keep his attention?
She does what to keep his attention?
Use the enthrall spell.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so let's roll initiative and see what all of this all goes in.
Hey, we just got a new patron.
Yay!
Hey.
So it's going to be Alexa, Rok, Jim, and then the vampire.
Alrighty.
Which is kind of perfect. So, Alexa, go ahead and do your dimension door.
So Alexa conjures her dimension door, and she pulls Jim through it with her to get to the other side.
Mm-hmm. You don't go the full 500, do you? You just go like 60 feet past the vampire or something?
Yeah, about 60 feet past the vampire.
Cool.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Sounds good. And then what does Rok do with his action?
I kind of want to wait until Jim has his turn.
Yeah, so you want to hold your action. Ready in action for the dancing lights. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now I'm just kind of waiting, preparing, getting ready to light my maul as I run in.
Mm-hmm.
But waiting for Jim to make his move.
Okay. So Jim casts dancing lights right in front of the vampire's face, who seems startled. And now
I'm going to run in, light my maul, and try to hit this guy in the face.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the hit.
Modified 20.
Very nice.
I'm going to assume it hit.
You attacked the vampire and did 13 damage to him?
Yeah, I hit him. I'm going to use Sharpen the Blade, I think is the name of it, where I can add an extra d6 if I spend a key point.
Okay.
And then it also needs to do a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, seriously. And I am a little bit frustrated. I rolled 5d6. I only got 13. All ones.
1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Oh dear. And he needs to do a Constitution save, you said?
Yes, I'm adding a stunning strike to it to see if I can stun him.
Okay. Oof.
Sweet. 6 does not beat my DC of 14, so he is now stunned until the end of my next turn.
Nice. Okay. So now it's the vampire's turn. This vampire can't do anything. The one on the floor, though.
Ah, son of a... I didn't think of that. God damn it, Jim.
This is why we died the other 800 times.
Yes. Okay, so what's Rok's AC?
16. Oh, it's actually 18.
Yeah, that hit does not get through then.
Sweet.
So luckily, the one on the floor slashes at you, but doesn't actually connect.
Just figuring out that this thing is going to be alive, Rock's going to be like, what the fuck? And like, step back.
Excellent. Jim out loud says, holy shit, the other one was alive?
Is this new?
Yeah, previously we managed to lure the vampire away from its meal, and I guess the other one must have caught us by surprise from behind.
Now there's 2.
There is 2. 2 vampires. Alexa, what would you like to do?
So I'm going to try and cast enthrall to vampire.
Casting enthrall.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be taking out my loot and starting to play, so I'm sure that at least turn around. It's a wisdom saving throw for enthrall.
Wisdom saving throw. Ooh,
Yeah, that save worked.
that save worked. Okay.
Yeah.
The 19.
Yeah, I have a 16, so.
That's a shame. Rok, what would you like to do?
Alright, so now there's 2 of them.
One that's stunned and one that's still prone for some reason. It didn't actually get up, they just slashed at you from the ground. So
So I'd have advantage on both of them, right?
you'd have advantage to hit either of them, yes.
Alright. I'm trying to remember what feats that I had back at level 10. Alright, so I'm going to try to hit both of them.
Go on then.
Right? 11 doesn't hit.
11 doesn't hit. You have to beat their natural armor of 15.
Okay.
Vampires are tough. Oof. Bad luck.
Yeah, so seeing that my maul is not, I'm gonna cast, use Fury of Blows and do 2 punches as a bonus action. Try and punch both of them.
1 punch each.
1 punch each.
Now, you do have advantage on those hits, remember?
Oh, yeah, I do. Alright, so 1 missed. Okay, so I got 1 maul hit, and then...
And then you're going to do the couple of punches as well?
Yeah, and then Fury of Blows to do more punches. I got a natural 20 and a 19. Okay. I'm going to hit the one that's stunned with my maul.
Okay.
And then I'm going to punch the other one in quick succession in the face.
Nice.
So the one that is stunned takes 18, and the other one takes 24 damage.
Very nice.
Oh, no, actually, sorry. I had a nat 20, I forgot.
Yeah.
That was on one of the punches.
It was one of the punches, so you get another d6 to that.
So he takes an additional 3. So 27 total.
27 total.
And then I'm going to use my mobile feat to get the fuck out of there and run away. And I'm going to back up 55 feet. Well, actually, how far away is Alexa and Jim?
We're 60 feet away.
Okay, so I'm going to back up like 35 feet so that they'll come after me because I'm closer.
Makes sense?
Is my hope, at least.
Yes. Because so far their attention has been on you. They haven't noticed the other two yet. Yeah, Jim gets a turn. What is Jim going to do? Jim is going to cast Banishment on one of the vampires, if he can. So one of the given that it's easier to hit the one that's standing at the moment, he's going to send the stunned one to a harmless demi-plane for up to a minute.
Nice.
So as long as he can keep concentrating, that vampire is going to continue to be gone for 10 rounds of combat.
Cool.
Okay. So, yeah, you've got one vampire to deal with who... you said you moved 35 feet, correct?
Yeah, because I figured their movement's 30, but I wouldn't know, so...
Yes.
Just guessing.
It gets up, moves 15 feet toward you, and hisses at you.
Is that all you've got?
Actually, no. He does move 15 feet, but he actually climbs up the wall and is crawling along the ceiling above you. That's as far as he can get.
All right, that's new.
Oh, yeah, vampires have spider climb. It's fun.
Oh, shit. Okay. Would have been another good thing to mention, Jim.
Now it's Alexa's turn again.
Are there any objects in the room, or is the room just empty?
At the moment you're in a corridor, there's nothing really in the corridor except the one vampire at the moment, and you three. You don't know what's behind the doors.
In that case, I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere on the one that's closest to Rok. I might not be able to catch. I think he's too far away. How far is Rok from me?
So you're 60 feet, so he's 95 feet away from you.
95. I can't cast that.
But the vampire is 75 feet away from you.
Yeah, Flaming Sphere is 60 feet.
But how far can you move it again on a bonus action?
Yeah, I can move it by 30 feet on a bonus action.
So you could cast it and then move it a total of 90 feet altogether.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll cast Flaming Sphere, and as the bonus action, I'll...
Move it through the vampire?
Yes.
Okay. And how much damage does it do to the vampire? Is it...
2d6.
Go ahead and roll it.
You got more than me. It's 2d6 almost. Then I had 5d6. Rock salty. I'm rock salt.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's all you can do with that at the moment because you can't. Rock's turn.
All right. Vampires in D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Do wooden stakes still work?
Yes.
Cool. I got another stupid idea. I feel like that's going to be a Rock quote, is I've got a stupid idea. I'm going to pull out one of my torches.
Ooh.
Light it on my maul, and then use catapult to fling it, trying to stake it through the heart of the vampire.
And do fire damage in the process. Very nice. Do it.
So catapult, it needs to do a dex saving throw.
Okay, +6. So it rolled a 25.
Damn it. Okay. So I launch this flaming stake at the vampire, but unfortunately...
It moves faster than the eye can see and bounces off the ceiling. Yes, the torch bounces off the ceiling.
Whew.
And lands on the ground. So now you've got a source of light as well, which is nice.
Okay.
That was a cool idea. I like it.
Then, as a bonus action, I'm going to throw a dart at it.
Very cool.
Which I can do with my Kinsei stuff.
Roll to hit.
Modified 20.
That hits.
Since I'm doing it as a bonus action, also add a d4 to the damage. So 13 total.
13.
This fucking dart did more than my maul before. Not salty at all.
It shows.
Okay, so Jim's turn.
Come on, Jim.
Okay, so he's going to move 30 feet closer to the vampire and then cast Ray of Frost on it. And unfortunately, it does not hit the vampire, which is a shame. And now it is the vampire's turn. It is going to obviously leap off the ceiling like some kind of rabid spider at Rok.
Bring it.
Claws hit, right?
Yeah, that hits.
So it misses on both of its claws attack as it comes screaming and slashing down from the ceiling.
Yes.
And rolls as it lands on the ground, hissing at you.
Cool.
Yep, it's a little disappointed in the vampire's attacks at the moment, but go ahead. And Alexa's turn.
Yeah, so for my action, I'll move the flaming sphere back onto the vampire.
Okay.
And then bonus, I'm going to give some infectious inspiration to Rok.
Okay.
Sweet.
So how much does he get add to a d20 roll of his choice?
A D10.
A d10? Cool.
Sweet.
And how much damage do you do to the...
7 damage.
I don't like you. Yeah.
You lost a fan.
There's more. There's always more.
Well, this one won't last much longer anyway, so...
Rok, what do you want to do?
Alright, so is he still on the ground?
Yeah, he's still crouched on the ground in front of you, so you still have advantage.
Okay. I'm going to go all out on this guy since I have advantage.
Go for it.
Alright, I'm going to use a key point to do Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
And so that'll be 4 attacks, so I need to roll 8d20.
Ooh.
So everything hits?
Everything hits. All 4.
Yes. Okay. Finally. Alright, so I'm going to hit him with my maul twice, and then do an uppercut and hit him twice in the face. And
Cool.
I'm going to try to hit him so hard that I'm also stunning strike him as well.
Okay.
So he needs to do another con save while I figure out how much damage I'm actually doing to this guy.
He's stunned.
59 damage.
He is 0.
Yeah, so he's stunned and dead.
He's out. He's out for the count.
That wasn't so hard.
Yeah, but the baddest one's going to come back.
Oh shit, there's another one, isn't there?
Okay, I've got 2 thoughts on this. One, we get that vampire back to the academy right now while we still can. Or I drop my concentration and we try to get the other one as well.
Well, to get out of here, wouldn't you need to drop your concentration anyways?
Yes.
So,
It'll reappear right as we're disappearing if I'm quick enough on the teleport spell.
what do you think, Alexa?
Yeah, I think it's just over here with that one vampire that we got. I
Okay.
think the one that was banished was stronger.
Okay.
Do you know approximately where he disappeared? Because if I remember from my studies, this spell, it will reappear right where it disappeared, right?
Yes, what are you thinking?
Well, I want to be prepared, because just in case you're not quick enough.
Hey, wait, I've got an idea. What if we hold a sword or a wooden stake or something at the exact point he disappeared from?
That could work. My other thought was I could just drag the body like 20 feet, or whatever the range of your spell is, away, and then we'll get there. You drop the spell, he'll be 60 feet away.
That'll give us...
Unless we want to kill that vampire, and it just depends.
I have a feeling that even if they seem dead, that they will come back.
So we should probably get out of here before this one rises back up.
Yeah.
I kick it.
You kick it?
Yeah, I like the dead body. Just
Do you nudge it with your foot, or do you actually kick it?
I feel like I'd kick it. So is something bad gonna happen?
Roll the hit.
Do I kill it?
If you roll the hit, then yes, you kill it. You kill it. It's not on death saves anymore. It's just dead. Yeah. Oh, man.
What?
You may have just killed that one completely.
Isn't that what you needed?
Yeah, but I want to be sure. I want it to come back so that I can experiment on it. If that one's not going to be able to come back...
God damn it, Jim.
Hey, that one wasn't me.
Why would you do that, Jim?
You said we need to kill the vampire. The vampire is killed.
We need to kill it, but not like kill it.
There's a difference between killing something and knocking it on.
I don't know. I want to try getting the other one though, just in case.
God, fucking. I'm gonna grumble a bit and kick the ground. Because apparently I don't know my own strength.
Do you want to roll a perception check?
Am I kicking? What's gonna happen now? I need to quit kicking thing. 21.
You can hear something coming down the corridor.
Wait, there's something here. And then I kind of point out where the direction thing's coming.
Yeah, further down the corridor, the part that you haven't explored yet.
Mm.
Fine, we'll just get out of here then, says Jim. Do you agree with him? Or do you want to see what's coming first?
I don't know, I'm curious, but I'm also like, I don't want to die. Alexa, what's your thoughts?
I'd rather not die for the 801st time, but I'm also curious.
How about you prepare just in case this thing comes at us, Jim? You get ready to cast your spell if we need to get out of here quickly. But I want to at least see what this is.
Excellent. So yeah, he does. He begins preparing the spell while still trying to concentrate on the banishment.
I'm just going to stand there like ready.
Mm-hmm.
If we get attacked, I'm going to hit back.
So as you move away a little further down the corridor, like you suggested, with the so that when the vampire returns, you're at least 60 feet away from it, you see a giant spider crawling along the ceiling of the corridor as it moves into the light of the torch that you left there. And right as it looks like it's pouncing toward you,
Mm-hmm.
Jim drops his concentration on the banishment spell, meaning the spider knocks into the vampire instead, and you're back at the academy.
The fuck was that spider?
I don't know, I've never seen that thing before.
You kind of took us into that place with not much information. You seem to withheld a lot, Jim.
I've been learning. Okay, at least we got the. Okay, I got the vampire. Just help me get it back to my room, and I think we all deserve a rest.
Fucking Jim. Always needing help.
Like I'm not strong enough to lift it.
I'm just gonna walk over and like pick it up. Throw it over my shoulder.
So you're walking along, and 19 doesn't get through your armor, does it?
It does.
It does?
Yeah. I don't have my Kinsei weapon, or I wouldn't be expecting it, so.
Alright. So you've just been bitten in the neck. Bitten at the. Depends on how far you got. You got him over your shoulder. So yeah, his face isn't next to your neck. It's like the small of your back, I guess.
He bites me at the bottom of my shoulder blade.
Yes.
What the fuck?
So it only does 4 piercing damage, but there's also 2d6 necrotic damage. 9. So that 9 actually comes off of your maximum hit points. That's and the vampire has regained another 9. Yes. So the vampire's just drained 9 hit points of your blood, permanently reducing your hit points. Until you finish a long rest.
Okay. Thank God. I already don't have much health.
So what do you do?
I throw him against a wall. That's my reaction.
All right. Do basically an unarmed strength-based attack.
So would that just be an unarmed strike or?
Yeah.
Modified 20.
That hits. And how much damage?
I've rolled so many modified 20s today. That's crazy. 11 damage.
Okay.
I thought this thing was dead, Jim. You said it was dead.
Apparently it can still regenerate. All right. Screw it. We don't need this. And Jim casts Flesh to Stone on the vampire.
Flesh to stone?
Yes. So it's got to do a Constitution save. It passed.
Well, if you would have turned it to stone anyways, Jim, wouldn't this have made this entire thing pointless?
Yes, it would. We would have to have done it again, but I don't want to see you die again.
Well, I don't want to die again either, so let's make the most out of this one. And it's knocked out, right?
Not yet. It's down to 8 hit points. So
can I do anything, or would it be someone else's turn?
I'm gonna let Alexa do something before the vampire moves.
So the vampire was thrown against the wall?
Yeah, so Rok threw it against the wall. Jim panicked and tried to turn it to stone, and now you get to do something.
Yeah, so Alexa is going to Thunderwave to the vampire.
So you step close enough to it to do Thunderwave. Awesome.
And it's a saving throw?
Which saving throw? Dex?
Constitution.
Constitution.
I guess you're basically trying not to get thrown. Isn't Thunderwave everyone, too?
Only if you're within the 15-foot square that's around Alexa. So I'm going to say no. So 16 it was his Constitution save roll.
Yeah, my DC is 16, so he passes.
Okay. So Vampire gets up from prone and attacks the person who's closest, which is Alexa, downside of Thunderwave. Your armor class is 13.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So both get through 2. So 16 slashing damage to Alexa.
Poor Alexa.
Poor Alexa.
And now Rok gets a turn.
Well, seeing how this thing just hit my friend, I am going to overkill this thing.
Go on then.
Alright, so let's see how many key points I have left. Alright. I'm going to charge forward, maul in hand, I don't have enough time to light it, so it's not going to have the fire.
Yeah, he's going to play golf with his head.
Yeah, I'm going to hit it several times in the head with my maul, and then throw the maul to the side and start punching it in the face with period blows.
Okay. 3 hits.
All but one. Yeah. And then I'm also going to spend another key point to sharpen the blade, I
Okay.
think is what it's called. So I get to add an extra d6 to one of my maul hits.
Okay.
Because, there's no kill like overkill. 47 damage.
Yeah, you've absolutely smashed its head to pieces.
That's for messing with Alexa.
It's going to take a while for it to grow that back.
And so I kind of stand up and shake off the gore on my fist. I'm going to look at Jim and it's like, is this going to be enough time to get him to your office?
Yeah. Let's move though.
This time I just tie a rope around its feet and drag it because I don't want it touching me.
Leaving a trail of vampire blood through the hallways. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so do you pick up any of the... Yeah, you don't clean up after yourself, do you? You just go, right?
No. Actually, you know what? I could be nice. I don't know. I feel like I'd still be pissed, but I could be nice. But I don't know, because I could cast Unseen Servant and have it cleaning the trail.
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
But I'm also kind of pissy because something hurt Alexa. And that whole shit show of Jim. So, yeah, I'm not going to do it.
Okay. So you managed to get the body back to Jim's lab before the head has finished growing back.
Cool.
And then if you want, you can go back to your own dorm rooms and get a well-deserved long rest. Feel free to chat on your way back, though. Or say some last scathing words to Jim before you go.
I think he knows what he did. Unless Alexa has anything.
No, he knows what he did. He's been an enemy for life.
Vicious mockery him as you walk out.
Awesome. Did you guys have fun?
Definitely.
Yeah, it was good.
Yay. Thank you for helping contribute to the actual... Yeah, you were the ones that helped Jim find his first vampire subject. Well done.
Yay.
You're part of the law now.
Now we have to feel somewhat responsible.
Repercussions of our actions.
Yes. If it weren't for you, he may never have become Magister.
Yeah.
We didn't just try once, we tried over 800 times.
Yes.
But we didn't know that until today.
Yeah, that Jim is persistent. And of course, if that had gone all horribly wrong, you could have just restarted from that morning again.
Time travel.
Yeah.
See, and Jim, he messed up here. He could have just kept bringing more and more rocks back with him.
Yes, he could have gone back to... Yes.
So we could have had 12 rocks attacking this one vampire. Alexa's buffing them.
Speaking of which, you could do that if you really want to take down the Beholder.
Oh my god.
You could just mob him with a gang of Alexas and Roks and just keep pummeling until even if the Beholder managed to destroy half of you, then as long as there's at least one left to continue the timeline, you're golden.
The ones sitting in the hallway.
The backup Rok and the backup Alexa.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. And the further adventures of the school years of Alexa and Rok.
Yes, we definitely have to do more of this.
That's good. Yay.
And then Alexa can finally get her Alexa and the Echoes.
Well, where every member of the band is literally her.
Mm-hmm.
An echo of her. Yeah, that's cool. All right.
We should feature that next time if we do this again.
Absolutely.
Playing with the
I'm just
timeline.
wondering how Alexa would convince the other Alexas to possibly come to their death.
Possibly come to their death. Yes.
One of us will survive, it's fine. This might not be you. It's obviously going to be me that survives.
No, it's going to be me.
Well, they're all you.
But no, it's going to be me. No, me. No, me.
But maybe you could make it part of the competition to see which Alexas get the opportunity to be in Alexa and the Echoes. The ones that survive get to be in the band.
Alexa's got talent.
Yeah, Alexa's got talent.
See, and I think Rok would be the winner is the one that gets to survive.
The winner is the Rok of Ages.
Well, yeah, so they'd all fight each other, and whoever wins is going to be the Rok that survives.
Well, would you basically... So once you've taken out the Beholder, the Roks then beat each other up to a pulp to see which one of them is the last Rok standing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There can only be one.
There can only be one. Exactly.
That would be a fun one for next time, though, is just messing with the timeline.
Absolutely. Yeah, doing more timey-wimey stuff. Absolutely.
Exploring how we can do that.
Mm-hmm. I just thought it'd be fun to have your, defense against the dark arts teacher be a beholder.
That was pretty good.
He's pretty well defended against it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had fun.
Definitely.
Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Yay. Bye-bye.
Now, wasn't that fun? If you've enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and do all those other things to help Games and Geekery continue to grow. This has been one of Games and Geekery's private sessions. Members of our Patreon page and Discord channels can hire Anthony M. Copeland to DM a game just for you and your friends. Simply reach out to us through our various social media pages, or, better yet, join us on Patreon where you can get a spot in your own weekly game. We hope to see you there, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Games and Geekery private sessions.